Splendid Tales presents where disrespect meets destiny and justice walks in silent boots. Now buckle up. Today's story isn't just heat, it's volcanic. The cemetery breathed stillness, flags swayed soft, trumpets warming like sadness was tuning itself, rows of black suits, quiet sobs, folded flags resting like history sleeping. A hero laid to rest, and everyone felt it. Then arrogance walked in with polished boots and an IQ wearing floaties. Officer Bradley stomped like someone dared step on his imaginary authority rug. Sunglasses on, nose up, chewing gum like he trained in ignorance Olympics. He scanned mourners like they owed him fear and rent. Then he saw him, a calm black man in a sleek black suit, hands behind his back, staring at his father's casket with a stillness only strength owns. Bradley barked, "Hey you, why you standing like you run stuff? Move along before I move you myself." The man lifted his gaze, slow, steady, like the sun acknowledging a flashlight. "I'm burying my father." Bradley scoffed, face scrunched like respect was allergic. "Yeah? Well, you look suspicious. I don't care if it's your grandma's funeral." Phones lifted, mouths dropped. Even the pastor paused mid-prayer like God said, "Hold on." Bradley's palm slid to his gun. The entire cemetery choked on disbelief. The man didn't move, didn't blink, didn't even swallow. That calm? Dangerous. Something big was coming, and ignorance was walking right into it wearing arrogance cologne. If you're already hooked, like and subscribe. Splendid Tales never disappoints. Bradley puffed his chest deeper like he stored backup stupidity in there. "You deaf or just slow?" he snarled. "I said move." The man stayed still, posture carved from discipline, grief, and quiet power. "You are disrupting a funeral," he replied, voice smooth like polished steel. "Lower your tone." Bradley laughed loud enough to offend oxygen. "Oh, look, Mr. Fancy Vocabulary, what you gonna do, read me a poem?" He poked the man's shoulder, which was like poking a mountain and expecting it to run. Auntie in the crowd whispered, "Lord, keep my hands because my spirit is ready." Another auntie pulled out pepper spray she didn't need yet, but felt spiritually obligated to hold. The widow clutched pearls so hard they almost turned into diamonds. Bradley yanked his gun free. Gasps shot through the air like fireworks on bad decisions day. Children froze. Veterans stood, boots locked, eyes sharp. A trumpet player dropped his instrument like, "Yeah, I'm not dying for this tune." Still, the man didn't flinch. "My father served this country," he said low. "Show some dignity." Bradley spat. "Man, please. Y'all always." Before he finished, three soldiers shifted. Tiny movement, thunder energy. People started recording like their phone bills depended on it. One whisper slid through the crowd like holy gossip. "He doesn't know. Oh, Jesus, he really doesn't know who that man is." Bradley smirked, thinking he won. But karma wasn't walking, it was sprinting in dress shoes. Hey viewers, if this is getting sweet already, like and subscribe. Splendid Tales delivers every time. The wind shifted, soft, respectful, like even nature knew something historic was loading. A sleek black SUV rolled up silently. No sirens, no lights, just energy. The kind that makes grown soldiers straighten spines by instinct. Bradley didn't notice. He was too busy shaking his gun like it was a microphone, and stupidity was karaoke night. "You think your suit scares me? You ain't special, you're just another." A veteran in a wheelchair suddenly wheeled backward like, "Nope, I don't want smoke with destiny today." A choir lady fanned herself dramatically. "Father Lord, please wrap wisdom around this man's head like Jella." Bradley pointed the gun closer. "You'll do what I say. I run this." A soft voice behind him answered, "No, you really don't." Boots hit the ground, synchronized authority, not marching, arriving. The black man finally lifted his chin, eyes sharp but calm, like justice wearing patience. Someone whispered, breath trembling, "That's General Mason Jr., the youngest four-star in U.S. history." Phones zoomed. People trembled like popcorn in hot blessing oil. Bradley blinked. "General who?" But his voice suddenly sounded like someone unplugged the confidence cable. The SUV door opened. A uniformed colonel stepped out, jaw tighter than military bed sheets. "Officer Thompson," he said, voice slicing air clean. "You just aimed a weapon at a decorated four-star general at his father's funeral." Bradley's gum literally fell out. Somewhere, a baby clapped like they understood justice personally. The general simply whispered, "I asked for peace. You chose chaos." Judgment didn't arrive. It landed. Viewers, if this twist is cooking your soul, go on and like and subscribe. Splendid Tales stays undefeated. Silence gripped the air, not fear but consequence sharpening its blade. Bradley's hand shook now, the gun suddenly feeling like molten lead. I didn't know, he stammered, voice cracking like cheap glass. He didn't look like no general. The colonel raised one brow. And what exactly does a general look like, officer? Bradley swallowed reality and regret together. It tasted like expired mayonnaise and poor decisions. Federal agents swarmed him like karma with badges. Wrist twisted, pride shattered, dignity evaporated like cooking oil on hot coal. Auntie shouted, "Don't scratch him too gently." Even pigeons paused to observe humiliation history. Courtroom. Weeks later, cameras packed tighter than Jollof at Christmas. Judge stared down Bradley like God reviewing final life choices. "You pointed a weapon at a four-star general during a funeral," she declared. "Driven by ego, hate, and reckless power. For that, life in federal prison. No parole." Gasps. Cheers. Somebody yelled, "Hallelujah! I felt that in my tax returns." Bradley collapsed like Wi-Fi at 3%. "Please, please," the judge tapped her gavel. "Respect is not optional, and authority is not your toy." General Mason stood, saluted the room, grace polished with vengeance. "Justice is served. Let peace stand where arrogance fell." Crowd erupted. Auntie dabbed tears with funeral program. "Sweet Lord, my soul is doing backflips." Splendid Tales outro. If you enjoyed that sweet, clean justice, like, comment, and subscribe. We drop heat like angels, frying egos weekly. Question for viewers: if you saw someone abuse power like this in real life, would you stay silent or stand up? Comment below. Splendid Tales wants your truth.